So professionalism's become the standard. New ideas need experts, and the experts are the ones we need to tell us what the new ideas are. So now what we've got in the church is we've got this crossroads, because the church is like based on old ideas and tradition. So the old ideas of the Bible are very old. So it's clashing with a lot of the new cultural ideas. And so there's that tension going on. And the second tension that's going on is the church on the surface still looks like a cottage industry. You got one minister with a group of people on a parish council in an Anglican church, and they get together once a month and they talk about how they could, change the curtains and maybe get a better vacuum cleaner or whatever it might be. And so understandably, there are modern professionals who are like looking into that old way of doing things with that old structure, which is a medieval structure in the Anglican church, not so much in the Baptist and other churches, but where they became more democratic. But the Anglican church is still quite medieval. So here's this institution that continues on throughout that whole time. And so there's this tension of, well, how do we, and the tension came to breaking point after the Second World War, particularly in the 60s, when a whole generation started really reacting against tradition and saying that they want to create a new world. So I think the church's answer was, well, let's move with the times. Let's try and be more professional, hold on to this ancient message, but maybe let's deliver it in modern ways. And so you have new music being brought into the youth service to start off with in the evening service, and then to the contemporary family service. Then you have the Bible study movement starting in the 70s, which was to say, let's get more serious about how we're teaching the Bible to our people midweek as well, which was a good innovation. That's really good. And so was the music. That was a really good thing. But with the music comes this big argument in the church of, well, it's actually more professional to have drums and guitars because that's what people see within popular culture, and less professional to have an organ with one person playing it. So you've got this maybe if we deliver the message in a new professional way and keep the message, that's maybe what I saw as a tension in the 70s and 80s. That's what people were trying to do. There was an attempt to take away some of the traditions that weren't as relevant and weren't as helpful. There were people saying, do we really need our ministers to be robed anymore and wearing collars and walking around like medieval clerics in 1970? Or is it okay for people just to wear the clothes that other people wear? And to start off with that, robes was replaced by suits and ties, and then over time it just got replaced by a collared shirt. But there was this idea that the minister went from being a very traditional figure who was robed appropriately with this almost Catholic monastic sort of medieval gear that it again had been around for 1,000 years. But now this new professionalism is the minister almost becomes the CEO of the church, and let's run the church like a business really effectively. I think that was that's a bit of a straw man I've created there, but it's sort of a brief description of what I think happened in that move to professionalism.